What's up, Bulls Nation, Bulls family? I already know, man. It's the Bully Sports Show. We back with another one. We here to talk about some draft coverage we got going on here. Um, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, is some interest out there, right? Casey Johnson alluded to like the asking price on some of these players. So we got a few things we want to get into. Bulls possibly trading up for Donovan Clingan. But before we get into all that, let me ask my boy, my co-host Q, how you doing, bro?
So the mood around me cool. It kind of sucks being a Bulls fan, but mood around here kind of cool, I guess. I get to fake celebrate.
Yeah, I mean you with the vibes right now, man. You like Luca and all the motherfuckers, Kyrie and shit. So you was able to kind of see winning basketball, man. It be in a winning environment.
That's true. Everybody throwing all their flashback, man. Remember when Dirk and Luca was on the same team for a year?
Oh
Yeah,
man,
it
yeah,
was like the passing and so that Kyrie fella ain't that bad. I was here when he was in Brooklyn. He didn't want to play because of the shot, man. It was 100 bars for him down here too. They think I
man.
don't remember that. They think I don't remember that, bro. They think I don't remember that.
Well, you gotta expose some motherfuckers, man. Because I wanted Kyrie low key, man, and I got chewed up for saying that shit. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, bro, this is generational talent. This is a top 50 player all
They talking about,
time.
nah, he ain't focused. He don't want to be there. They welcomed him and they said, you could do you, bro. And, they treated him well, but they weren't talking like that when he was in Brooklyn, man. So when he touched it, they like, well, I hope, as long as he hoop is, we cool. And yeah, here we are.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, like I said, generational talent, man. Y'all lucky to have him out there, man. That's my boy. I like Kyrie. But let's go ahead and transition to some of these Bulls topics. We'll start off with the draft night rumors, right? Supposedly, the Bulls, reported by ESPN, is looking to move up to draft Donovan Clingan. It looks like he won't fall no later than 7. Portland is interested. Memphis is interested. We're interested. Memphis holds the ninth pick. We have the 11th pick. So one of those three teams may have to trade up um, to, well, at least us from Memphis may have to trade up because he not falling no lower than 7, right? So looking at his game and how he can impact the Chicago Bulls, right? When we talk about rim protection, when we talk about winning basketball plays, right? We like a big man that can, do dribble handoffs and be a passer off the free throw line, extended top of the key, um, mobile kind of big. I think Clingan is that guy. He do have a ton of weaknesses, but he do have a ton of strengths. And I think the most important thing is he came from a winning program in UConn, right? So we'll go ahead and dive into that. Before I get my thoughts, Q, let me ask you how you feel about this, man. If you were to trade up, or if we were to trade up, one, would you do it? And two, if you don't, who the fuck you drafting? Who you taking?
I don't got an answer for the second question because it's going to be whoever. I got to see who's on the board. That definitely matters. But now I'm not trading up for bro. I'm not in the mood to lose assets for a man that is unproven, bro. No one's trying to lose more. Like, we don't got a lot to give up in the first place. So trading up to get a rookie again, and none of the rookies ever really worked out for us. People don't even have a high ceiling on him. I think he got a high floor. I'm not sold on him being. I don't think he'll fall to us, me personally, but I'm not an insider. This is just looking at
Speculate.
people. I think he can fall to us. Nah, might be about right. If he made it to Memphis and Memphis picked him up, I guess that's around the area. So I can see probably wanting to jump them, but I don't really know because it's not like we have a second rounder that year. Again, I don't think we should really be in the mindset of trying to get rid of assets. If you really feel like he's your guy, go for him. I'm not in the room. Haven't talked to the kid. Haven't seen him play up close. I've been to Connecticut. So if they think he's that guy, go ahead and pull the trigger. Me personally, I'm not out here in the mood to lose assets, man. It's not like we've been hitting on our draft picks.
But I think when you look at Klingon, I'm gonna preface and say this. He's a high floor type player, right? To
Okay.
me, he would be kind of the opposite of what they're known for drafting, which are project players. I don't really see him as a project player. I think when he comes in, you exactly what he brings, right? He's a good passer, like I said, can make quick plays off the dribble handoff, make quick reads. He's very good at seeking like mismatches. He's a good passer at the top of the key, looking for those backdoor cuts, right? And then at that, he's a phenomenal screener. And I think his defense will translate day one. So I think he would be more of a safety type pick. I think he has a high floor. To me, I think if you can expand his game and you develop more of those intangibles, if he can extend the range a little bit, maybe knock down a 15-foot jump shot, possibly a three. He did take a few threes, right? If he can develop that aspect of his game, I think no question you have a bona fide all-star, right? But I think again, it all comes down to, do we believe in this front office? Do we believe that they can develop talent? Do we believe that they can take talent or young guys to the next level? Right now, it don't look too good. You don't look too good. So to me depending on a scouting, that's what scares me about staying at 11, right? They're not known to be good scouts. And at 11th, you don't have the obvious option where you like, hey, we're bringing in this young guy and this guy's going to be ready to compete day one. Now, if they do trade up, I won't mind them trading up for Clingan just because I know that kid has a high floor. He comes from a winning program, and I think he can make an impact day one. That would be my only counter argument to, you know, a why not trading up. Because if we don't trade up, then we're trusting they're gonna draft the right guy. All right. And I don't know if they haven't like proven to do that yet, you know. So especially at the top of the a lottery pick, none of our lottery picks panned out.
So what you gonna do? Give him another second,
If
another
I could
give him a swap.
we got to look at the teams that's possibly that we can trade with, right? You got the Rockets; they're known to be shopping a pick at number 3. You have the Hornets, who are willing to take on salary if you add additional picks, right? And then you have Detroit, which we already know we had some conversations before they had their new management. We talked to them, right? So we got some type of rapport there. I think if you try to expand the deal, then you can make something happen, right? Like if I'm looking at the Rocket situation, if I am going for that third pick, it'll hurt to give Caruso. Caruso is a Texas guy, right? But if I can get a Tari Eason, right? If I go third, or I go Caruso on 11 for Tari Eason at third, I think I'm willing to do that. I like Tari Eason. I think he have a high upside. I wanted him in a Dalen Terry draft. He went a spot before Dalen Terry. Then I think he can be a role player, right? A young up and coming role player that can actually impact something on this roster. And you get Donovan Clingan, right? Fourth, you got San Antonio keeping that pick. Fifth, you have Detroit, right? So Detroit, again, are they trying to put an adult in the room, right? Do they want to go ahead and have those conversations on Zach LaVine? They can absorb Zach contract. Why not offer, hey, 11th and Zach LaVine, right? And you get that fifth pick, right? Where again, you giving up that 11 pick, but then you get off Zach contract, and then you get the fifth pick, and then you go Clingan, and now you just opened up 43 million in cap space, right? Where they could look at that and say, hey, we getting Zach LaVine back, we got him under contract for 3 years, and we still got a projected lottery pick. And the guy that we pick at fifth may drop to 11, right? So
Now, agree if we do include Zach LaVine in the trade and we don't have to come up picks, that could be great because people were saying we couldn't even get a draft pick for Zach LaVine. So if we can get a lottery pick this year for Zach LaVine, that wouldn't be bad.
yeah, but it'll be a swap, so you'll be swapping 11th and 5th. You add in Zach LaVine, they probably not just gonna give you, they can't eat his whole contract, but I can guarantee they don't want to get off like somebody who they not too high on, that maybe
Yeah.
somebody impacting their salary cap, right? So something that was floated out was like Isaiah Stewart, the 5th pick, Zach LaVine, and the 11th pick, right? And then when you look at Charlotte Hornets, the 6th pick, right? Who do we have? We have the brother that is projected to come back. They're willing to take on salaries, right? So if they're willing to do that, maybe we throw in a Lonzo Ball 11, um, and we get out of whoever they're trying to get out of, contract, Grant Williams or something like that, right? For that 6th pick. Um, because Lonzo is considered expiring. I think Grant Williams extension kicks in this year. He signed for, I think, like maybe 3 or 4 more seasons after this, right? So it's possibilities out there. But again, I don't know, with who or what, but that's what I would be looking to do. Try to extend whatever deal. I'm not looking to give up any future assets or any future picks in no draft like this, like where it's no clear cut, bona fide all-star superstar. It's not a deep draft to be doing that. But if I could get off some of these contracts and some of these people I got to make decisions on, why not?
Now I can see that. Yeah, if that's the goal. Then yeah, if it's pick swaps, getting rid of contracts for 1 years, and then basically kicking our rebuild off next year after we give our Spurs the pick. Yeah, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's actually perfect. I would very much like that. That's right up my lane.
Yeah, yeah. I think that would be best case scenario, right? If we are looking to move up, it has to be some type of extended package. I don't want to see it like you said, hey, we trade the 2027 pick plus the 11 pick this year to get the 3rd pick from Houston, right? Like, no, I don't want to do nothing like that. Um, but
I don't even want to trade no second round.
yeah, no, I mean, I don't even think we get second rounds of trade anyways.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to like if we came in with 5 picks, we leaving with 5 picks, bro. Like
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
yeah, or at least get some more picks.
Yeah, yeah.
Trade back shit. But if we trade up, I think like I said, if we could get rid of some salary, I think we can do that. I think that's the number one option. If I'm AK, I'm looking at it that type of way. Route number 2, trade back. Maybe, you looking at a Khalil where I'm addressing center, right? In this draft. To me, it's a few options out there where you can maybe draft. Again, they may not be starters depending on who you pick, but if you develop them, now you have a Vooch replacement, because I'm looking to replace Vooch regardless. Like, we cannot keep going on and beating this damn dead horse. So he's the number one guy. I want to see him off the bench next year, if not in a Bulls jersey. But let's go ahead. Let's transition to what KC Johnson said about Zach LaVine asking price. So he quoted this: their asking price was an all-star level talent, first round picks, or both. And my sense that this asking price has dropped significantly. So it sounds like Zach is salary dump material at this point.
Yeah, I think him getting surgery kind of made the league kind of double down on that. We don't even know if he's healthy. Then he immediately gets hurt again and is out for the season.
Yeah.
So, and then he out for, and not that I don't think people look at him in a bad way, but he out for surgery. So that's another knee surgery, I believe, for him. So,
It's a foot, not knee.
oh, okay, okay. Yes, still another surgery, but at least it's not a knee surgery. It's just not a good look. I wouldn't be surprised at this. Actually, people were already saying he wasn't worth any picks in first round pick anyway.
Yeah, to me it's crazy. We go 2 years ago, value off the roof. 2 years later, we looking at salary dump.
Hmm.
For me, if I was running the front office, I would try to rehab his trade value. I don't like to move off players when they're at their lowest, because at the end of the day, the only way is up from here. Right. So he can get traded. He's still young enough to where he can go make an impact somewhere else. And that can, in turn bite us in our ass if we don't develop properly within the next couple of years, similar to what we did with Jimmy Butler. Right. But it is a few possibilities out there that was named. The Sixers, Magic may have some level of interest. No team is standing out as like the clear cut type talent. The Jazz also is looking for some type of star talent. Again, we had conversations with Detroit, right? So it's a few different teams out there. What team would you like, or do you think is the best trade partner for Zach LaVine right now?
Hmm. See, man, that's a hard question. I'll probably say the Sixers and the Clippers could be interesting. Um, this is tough. I don't want to trade since I don't want to trade to anyone inside the division. I might go Sixers. I feel like they got at least a little draft capital over there. Some quality role players that even if when we go young, they can help, but they can just help with a veteran presence. Again, I still got the little faint hope that we could do a sign and trade for Paul George. So I got that out there in the back of my head. So outside of that, I'm going 76ers. I'm not a big fan of Tobias Harris, but if we can get like Nick Batum out of this and a few other people, I'll take that.
Yeah, I think if we go Sixers route, I would be targeting Tobias Harris and Kelly Oubre if I could get them two. Right. Address that wing. Like I said, we need some size. We need some switching
Yeah,
defenders that can knock down some three with some shit that's taller than 6'5".
yeah.
Right. They address that. I would hate to see him go to the Sixers and have to, get through him and Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey for the
Damn, I
next.
was trying to think of someone in the West so bad. Like I got the only Clippers, the only team I can really think of.
I mean, you got the Jazz. Like I said, the Jazz
They
would.
trying to move Lowry.
No, that's smoke. You
You
know.
think so?
Yeah, I think that's all smoke.
You think they? I don't know. I feel like they might really be trying. I don't think they expected him to be this good.
Who Laurie? No, I don't think they did either. That's why
That's what I'm.
they get smoked. um, but like I said, the Kings, right? Say if Orlando offers Malik Monk 22 million a year, uh, the Kings they can't match it, right? They can try to do a sign and trade. If not, they're gonna have to try to replace that production. And I think again, Zach LaVine's better than Malik Monk. I could Kevin Herter, Harrison Barnes type deal going on from the Kings. The Magic,
Harrison Barnes.
you know, the Magic may, try to, make some moves. But again, with the Magic, I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to go get a, Trey Young, Darius Garland, um, address that point guard, right, role first. But again, Zach LaVine would help out. I think they were like 25th or 24th, 25th in offensive efficiency last season. You add Zach LaVine, that's what you getting from him, offense for sure. So I don't know, man. I don't know with the
I want
value
to send
being
him out
reported.
west, but it's hard.
Yeah, it seemed like because East the teams with the cap space, Detroit, Magic, Sixers, right? Them the cap space teams. On the West, you ain't really got that right now, right? So,
Not outside of. Yes, no one really.
yeah, nobody who's trying to compete, So
Yeah,
it's hard to see what team
maybe
would.
Rockets.
Nah, Rockets don't even. I don't think they got cap space. They just
Yeah,
signed. They had cap space last year, and then Jalen Green extension came.
yeah. Then they signed. You right. They signed Dylan Brooks, Dan Fleet.
Yeah, so they in the cap space team this year. So I don't know, but if I could move them out west, I think the Kings, that package of Harrison Barnes and Herter looks a little bit more attractive now. Maybe you can possibly get that 12 or 13 pick they got this year. If you do go ahead and make that move.
For Brandon Ingram.
Ingram, yeah, but I think the Pelicans. That'll be. I don't think they want to do a CJ Zach LaVine backcourt.
Okay.
You know,
I heard they trying to blow some stuff up over there too. It's about time for them to make a move, pretty much. Brandon Ingram been the same person. They said TJ been the same person. They not fitting the Zion timeline. Yada yada yada. You heard the rumblings.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But I just think the value. I don't think we will all best package. Right now, if they want to do a player for swap, and they thought Zach LaVine was their guy, yeah, I think that's possible. But I think if we looking at Brandon Ingram, I don't think the Pelicans will want Zach LaVine. I think they would be looking at maybe a Kobe White, Ayo Dosunmu, and those conversations will be: Are you willing to move one of those guys for Brandon Ingram? But all right, let's go ahead. Now we touched on all the Zach LaVine possibilities. Donovan Clingan. Let's get into this DeMar smoke. So, um, I was listening to Joe Cowley was on, I think, C Red Fred and them podcast, and it was a quick segment. They was talking about DeMar DeRozan possibly, can possibly leave the Chicago Bulls. It's not a strong possibility, of course, because we can offer him the most money and the most significant role out of any team, but they did say pretty much after that loss in the play-in, DeMar did seem a little bit non-committal, which is expected. He's using this as leverage. He's an unrestricted free agent, but like I said, we can offer him the most money and the most, comfortable role, and probably something that he would want to be at this time in this stage of his career. Him still being a number one guy, he's not going to get the opportunity anywhere else. But it is some teams that are possibly looking at him. The Clippers is rumored. If PG signs a deal with, say, Philadelphia or Orlando Magic, the Clippers are looking to do a sign and trade for DeMar DeRozan. And then it was a Bleacher Report article that said Lakers' dream free agent would be DeMar DeRozan. So him coming back out here to LA where I'm at, it seemed like it's some smoke there. And even he said it on this podcast. I forgot what podcast he was a guest on, but they asked him about playing at home, right? And he said he would never pass up that chance or that opportunity. So I think
I've
we'll see
seen
that
that.
this offseason. I think we'll
Um,
see that.
but the thing is, like, hey, I seen a report. I don't know if it's true. They said the Bulls would never do business with the Lakers because they don't want the LeBron legacy to overshadow Jordan legacy.
Yeah, yeah.
Now I don't even think that's true, but I know we not like we never been in the business of helping the team. Like I feel like we the one team that has never done that. We have never helped any other team. We didn't help the Heat. Like we
Shit,
didn't help
we
the
helped the
Timberwolves.
Magic,
Yeah, but like we gotta wait a couple of years. Like it depends on what your version. Like yeah, they look good, but like people don't even respect them. Still, they made the playoffs. They was only on NBA TV.
bro. They was
Like
a top three seed. I think that was number three and number four, wasn't it?
nah, they was 5.
They was five.
Yeah,
Okay, let me go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and check.
it was 5, bro. Like I respect them, but it was 5. But who was 3? Milwaukee was 3. So
Yeah. You might be right on that. You might be right on that.
so yeah, bro. Okay, yeah, we helped them, but we ain't helped them like that. Like we'll see in a couple years how made they really is. But point being, I don't even see like the thing. My only problem with the Lakers is the only reason you would send the players there is because that's where they want to go, and they told all the other teams they're not playing for them. There's no reason to do a trade with LA. Like LA don't has anything no one outside of Austin Reeves. And I don't think people wouldn't even give up that much for him.
Yeah, I mean, again, it is tough, man, because it all depends, man. I think we got leverage, like I said, because we can offer DeMar DeRozan the most money. But again, he can go to LA and sign for a mid-level exception, right? And don't need the Bulls at all. He could say, "Hey, I'll take this 12.9 million and stay home in LA. I made over 200 million in my career, right? 40 million, yeah, sound good, but at 34, 35, being 36 next season, I think if we listen to what DeMar said on that podium at the at the end of the season, he want to give his best to a winning situation and a winning organization. Now, I don't know how serious that is because it would be hard to sit here and turn down 40 million a year, right?
Yeah, even if it's only 2 years.
But man, but still, it's just like Bulls dumb as hell for even offering that shit. And I think he would just, it all depends on what he want to do. Like to me,
Come on,
that's a finesse.
yes,
That's an
yes.
easy finesse. Like I'm finna shit out Chicago. Like, come on, shit, send it right
I'm
now. Just
I
leave
don't even
Atlanta.
hate the 2 year 40 mil deal because to me that screams they not insane. Like there's some level of thinking. Like imagine if we actually offered him we do him
To
like
me, that's insane. Why?
man
You know why it's insane? Hold
we
on. You
could
know
be
why
all
it's
right.
insane?
What does it
We are
say?
not a playoff team. We are not, bro. We ain't. We had one playoff win in 3 seasons. We are not a playoff team. And to sit here and try to run this shit back,
We're not
and
gonna run it back because we trading
hold on,
Zach
out of
LaVine.
all the great years DeMar DeRozan had, it still didn't constitute no playoff wins. Kobe White, most improved player, almost. We still ain't even. We ain't make it out the fucking play in, right? So
And look, injuries, bro.
man, we could
Didn't you hear our
everybody injured,
tours?
bro. We lost to
Did
the
you hear our
Miami
tours?
Heat. We lost to the
Did
Heat without fucking Jimmy. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Without Jimmy, Terry Rozier, damn,
Bro,
ain't even have a good game. I ain't gonna lie. It was an embarrassing loss. Look, it ain't gonna be the same team because Zach LaVine not gonna be there next year. That's number one.
what to me,
Two,
what's the difference? Okay.
look,
We
I'm
just
just
gotta
going.
wait and see. We just gotta
Look,
wait.
like I said, man, look, apparently do better with no Zach LaVine. If we just got 40 million on the court versus 40 million on the bench, we gonna be a little better. I don't know what Lonzo gonna do. Lonzo sound like he ready to hoop on his little podcast. You know,
To me, that would be the only underlying fact. If Lonzo Ball can come back and beat Sean Livingston, then
hey, that's solid.
we're
Hey, bro was coming off the bench getting like 12 and
yeah,
6.
we're a much better team depending on Lonzo Ball health. But if we're just replacing Zach LaVine 40 mil to give it to DeMar DeRozan and run this same shit back, bro, that is
No, bro. We gonna give Zach LaVine 40 mil to two random people and get
no, you're
DeMar.
not going. Okay, so then that means you letting Patrick Williams walk.
He might be. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. I don't know how anyone feels about Patrick Williams right now. I think
Look,
he
I
might be.
could easily see, like I said, Detroit. Hey, bro,
No, I think any
we
team will
wanted
pick
to
him
move
up,
up
but
and
I don't
draft
like.
him.
It's gonna be a situation when people be like, "All right, what small force we got? We'll see what bro want.
Yeah,
See what bro want."
yeah.
Like,
Do we think he could be DeAndre Hunter? How much DeAndre Hunter make it? 20 million? Offer that man 20 mil. Which so
that's tough.
I said, well, if you moving Levine, you trying to Zach Levine to clear our cap space to pay DeMar DeRozan. If you pay DeMar DeRozan that 40 mil, then you got about 20 some mil you can offer to Patrick Williams in worst case scenario, right? If you even bring him back for 12, that leave you about 8 million to sign some players, right? So if you trade in salary back for Zach Levine, right? You still in a tough ass situation, like regardless. So I don't really see this roster. Like you have to make multiple moves. Like this is not just you trade Zach Levine and now the Bulls this cap space team. It don't work like that, bro. Like you have to. All right, let me go move Zach Levine, Vooch. I need to go dump you somewhere. Possibly don't bring back Patrick Williams. Hey, Javon Carter. I gotta, let me go try to get a second round pick somewhere. Like you gonna have to make a lot of moves. So it's a lot to be right. We gonna see what AK do. But outside of that, you got anything else, man?
Uh, Go Mavs. Yeah. We got a long way to the season start, 3 weeks to the draft before we really see a big move happen. So yeah, countdown to the draft, I guess. So Donovan Clingan, that's what you're saying? Move up for Donovan Clingan.
Yeah, because I don't trust their scouting process. Because again, if we stay at 11, I don't think they picking anybody me or you want. So
Come on, go get someone we want.
yeah, watch they gonna draft somebody
Yeah, just go
projected
get
in the second round, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the way they've been reaching
She
for
want
everybody.
living life on the run from myself and where I'm from. Wish I could